Hey everybody, it's Alex Reid, the DM for Cocked, a Real Play D&D podcast, and your guide to the Lands of Manassas. Tonight we are going to go around the table and ask everybody a question for the introduction. Today's question will be, what is your character's biggest flaw?
Oh no.
What is your character's
Can we
biggest
name
flaw?
every other character's biggest flaw?
No. We'll get to the other character's question next. This one is going to be, what is your character's biggest flaw? Who would like to start?
Yeah, I'll go. This is Alex Groves. I play Agard, the Furbolg Druid. Agard's biggest flaw is trusting too quickly. So far, he's run into some good people from the ship that brought him all the way to Port Savorsa. He met Abram on that voyage. He has met Brakka and Kadie, so he has met some good people. Luckily, I think surrounded by these good people who probably kept him from getting in some trouble as well. No, I mean, he met Quincy, who's a turd.
Right.
And, that sort of thing. But I think that's his biggest flaw right now is,
Okay.
because his people are that. His people are accepting of just...
Everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So that's his biggest flaw in the outside world is trusting too quickly.
All right. Hi, I'm Jessica Reid. I play Kadie, a dragonborn fighter. Kadie's biggest flaw is probably her, what is it, naivety? Naivety?
Mm-hmm.
Did I say that right?
Naivete.
Yeah. Secret rooms.
I mean...
Inviting.
Honestly, it makes her, I think, unique as a dragonborn to be somewhat innocent and inexperienced, but at the same time, I feel like it gives her kind of a disadvantage of how she reacts to things, because she's not quite sure how to yet, properly, I should say. So, she's just still going through the motions.
Hi, I'm Reggie Morris. I'm playing Brakka Ultim, the kobold artificer. I'd probably say Brakka's biggest flaw, or one of his main flaws, is being incredibly secretive of literally everything besides things that people have already seen. Like, all of his elixirs, he's incredibly secretive about. He won't tell a soul about them, regardless of who they are, because those are his secrets. Those are his creations.
I mean, we just learned about your raptor,
Yeah.
so...
I was going to say, I think what a lot of people don't understand is, like, in his past, he's been used for his knowledge. So it does, it's not like he's just super secretive. Like, it stems from events that have happened to him.
Yeah, he just has trauma from people in the past manipulating his knowledge of his craft and using it for their advantage and whatnot.
For their advantage rather than for the greater good.
Well, not even for the greater good, just like not telling him what they want to use it for and using it for purposes that he doesn't approve of.
Gotcha.
Yeah, don't say any of that.
What about a Brown?
Hi, this is Connor Joyner. I play Ebron Ironmane, the lead and ranger. I think one of Ebron's biggest flaws is...
Let's see if he gets this right.
is he's apt to jump to violence a little bit more because of where he grew up and what he's seen. He's not afraid to jump in and either get right in your face and tell you how it is, or just go after you
and rip your throat out. To quickly sum up last episode, the party left Port Savorsa, headed to Evorgos. The party found a large group traveling together and tagged along. While traveling, Brakka revealed an artifact his mentor crafted for him to Kadie. The artifact created a 3-foot-tall clawfoot raptor as a mount. We now resume with Kadie standing, staring in disbelief.
Where did this come from?
My friend Arpip made it for me. I forgot what it did until yesterday.
Oh my gosh! What is that?
Raptor.
A raptor?
Yeah.
Can I touch it?
Probably.
Well, is it mean?
Didn't try to kill me when I summoned it, so I don't think so.
Okay. And Kadie will just kind of lift her hand up slowly towards it.
Roll an animal handling check and just don't fumble it.
Oh,
Brakka's on the Raptor at this point.
Mm-hmm. With advantage, because Brakka has control over it.
Where is my animal handling?
Should be at like the top.
So 11.
11? 11's fine.
Is that you telling her that it starts with an A?
You,
My bad. Rather alphabetized.
you reach out and you see it kind of like, at first, it kind of leans its head away from you, but because Brakka had gotten on top of it, he kind of started petting it on the side of its
weird
neck,
phrasing.
and it leaned back towards you because Brakka was letting him know, hey, this isn't an enemy.
Oh my gosh!
And kind of,
What's its name? What is it? A girl? Is it a boy? What's its name?
it kind of snorts a little while you're touching it.
I don't know, and I don't know.
It needs a name. It needs a name. And she's just like, as long as it's letting her, she just like keeps petting it.
Now remember, this raptor is 3 feet tall, so you are like reaching
I know.
down.
I know. I'm totally reaching down. I know it's a little bit taller than Brakka, not much, but I'm just rubbing this baby's head.
You're just giving the raptor all the scritches.
All the scritchies and loves.
Brakka like excitedly says, "Where's Agard? He probably went to see."
We should go find Agard. He should see this.
I'm assuming the Raptor's like faster than me, right? Probably, yeah.
I'll have to double check it, but I'm pretty sure it has 60 feet of movement.
I don't know if everybody should see her hit them, but I could go try to find Agard and make and Ebron and see if they want to see. Wait, where has this been? You said your necklace?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't showed anyone, but it's this, and he's just gonna hold up the amulet that has the Raptor glow on it.
But it didn't work last night.
It was because in the morning I tested it out, and there was a weird time interval, and I ran out of time to use it again, so I couldn't summon it last night.
So I'm gonna go find Agard. Just don't move. Just stay here, okay? I'll be right back.
Okay.
I very quickly try to go find Agard.
Okay.
Agard is just foraging. The caravan's not moving yet, so he's just finding little things to eat.
So you find Agard out there foraging, and you can...
Agard, you gotta come see this. You gotta come with me right now.
Oh, is everything okay?
Yeah, it's amazing. You should see what Brakka has.
Oh, yes, let's go.
Yes. Okay, come on.
And as you guys are, running back the opposite way through camp, you just hear Dougal. He's like, "I'm gonna leave him in 10 minutes. Make sure you're here."
We'll be right back. Ebron? Where's Ebron?
I'm just waking up, so...
Oh, okay. So then I'm like, if I don't see him, I'm like, oh, fuck it.
So you guys keep going. You make it there pretty quickly. They didn't go too far away, but it is far enough away. As you're approaching, you can just see, like, the head of a reptile. It looks like poking out, and then you can see Brakka from like the shoulders up, sticking over the grass, and you're like, "That's weird. Like he
was taller.
He shouldn't be that tall."
Can Agard do when he sees the raptor? Can you do a history check to see if he knows what it is?
Absolutely.
That is a 21.
21. So you've heard of these lizard-like creatures that run on two legs. You haven't seen any in person.
I figured maybe he'd seen like drawings of them or something being part of
yes,
them.
that you've seen, like, I don't want to say cave drawings, but similar to cave drawings in the Manacroft forest.
Yeah.
And most of it talks about they're found in the tropics of Sarto. So it's an island in the southwest.
Yeah, I figured they'd have scrolls of just what animals look like. And that sort of thing.
Yep.
Okay.
It's almost like a textbook for druids type of thing. Yep. Or a text scroll.
When Brakka sees Agard, he's just gonna frantically wave at him.
Brakka, who is Where did you find... Is this a raptor?
Yeah.
Where did you find one?
I didn't.
And Agard is going to get real low. And having... I mean, I can do an animal handling if you want. Do you want me to...
Explain what you're doing first.
He's going to... Having been around many different animals, he's going to approach it without moving forward on it. He's going to put it basically out the back of his hand and, make himself very low. Kind of like he would do with the were-rats.
Yeah, I would say with advantage.
Okay.
You would already have it because Brakka's on the back, but the way you're approaching is definitely...
We'll go with the 24.
24? Yep. It sees you kind of get low, and it feels like you respect it enough that it turns its head and looks at Brakka, and Brakka kind of nods at it, and it slowly creeps
I don't
towards
know,
you.
does Brakka nod?
I mean, I guess I would have told it, like, mentally, like, you can walk or do whatever you want.
Okay. So it gets Brakka's approval that you are not somebody that should be feared, and it kind of lowers its head to where it's under your hand and slowly inches towards you to kind of nuzzle up against your hand as well.
Okay. And Agard, having some experience with larger reptiles, will kind of rub his hand from the top of its head down underneath its neck to the softer bit underneath its jaw, and just kind of slowly start to just rub underneath its...
You can kind of hear and feel like a little clicking of the throat, like it is enjoying what you're doing.
Okay.
Katie's just standing in the background with her hands clasped, like, in front of her chest, like, oh my gosh, see? Look how cute it is.
It is beautiful. I've never thought I would see one. This is amazing.
And as you guys are doing that, you can hear from off in the distance, you can hear Dougal yelling, like, "Hi, we're getting ready to go." And he's like screaming at everybody in the camp to get their stuff ready. He's not necessarily clocked you guys. He's not yelling at you. You can just hear him in the distance yelling at everybody else to get their stuff ready. They're leaving.
Brakka, I'm not sure how your friend will fit in with the caravan, but it looks as though you have befriended this beast, so...
I'm sure it'll be fine, maybe, probably.
Well, we should get on our way so we're not left behind.
I just don't know with the families, Brakka. You think it's a good idea? I'll do whatever you want to do. I will be there.
If they don't like it, I'll put the raptor away.
Let us head straight to Dougal.
Oh, good
Let him
idea.
know.
Okay.
Okay. So we book it to Dougal.
I would say we would try to keep Brakka and the raptor behind us, though, to where it's not out.
Oh yeah, but with that gate, I don't know if he's going to... You just...
That's
are you
gonna be
excited
hard.
to just like blow past us?
Yeah. Because as
Great.
fast
Totally,
as the thing
yeah,
can run,
okay.
I blast through.
So you guys approach Dougal all together, and Dougal kind of turns, and you see his eyes squint, because you guys are tall, so he can kind of see basically between your knees behind you, and he's kind of like leans around and looks and goes, "What in the devil is that?
It's not a devil. Oh, it's a raptor.
Where did you find it?"
Is it okay if it follows? I mean, it's mine. Is it okay if it follows us?
It's very nice.
Or follows the caravan, rather?
Maybe.
It's not going to hurt anyone.
Yeah, Agard even reaches down and again rubs the head of the thing and showing that it's domesticated, I guess.
I'll tell you what. I feel like maybe you should head towards the back. It's a little bit intimidating. It might be a good deterrence to have back there in case somebody's thinking about creeping up on the caravan. But maybe a wide berth as you head back, just to make sure you don't startle any of the families.
We can go into the tall grass, wait for you to pass, and then...
If you don't mind, I'd appreciate it, but you're more than welcome to travel with the caravan still.
Okay.
Thank you, Dougal.
He kind of nods, and you can see, like, he is legitimately confused. Like, he has no idea where this thing came from. He doesn't know really what it is. He is from here, and he has lived his whole life down here. So there's not raptors native to the mainland. But he does, I mean, he agrees as long as you guys aren't causing any ruckus, he doesn't see a reason to kick you out of the caravan. So,
Kadie, Brakka, why don't you go into the tall grass and wait? I will find a Brom and let him know where we'll be.
Okay.
And we'll meet you in the back. Agard walks through. the caravan until I locate a roam.
By this point, I'm actually looking for y'all because I woke up kind of late, and I'm like, where is everybody?
Yeah, Abrone is kind of like standing in the middle of the caravan, like looking at people, like looking around, like where did everybody go?
We left you for the blacksmith.
Okay, I got rolled a 25 perception to see him.
Yeah, you see him.
Yeah, yeah. He stands out. Yeah,
Yeah, he's standing in the middle of camp.
he's got morning mane.
Yeah.
It's all
Oh
sideways.
yeah.
Ibram, good morning.
Good morning.
We are going to be traveling in the rear of the caravan. Brakka came across a new pet. I'm not sure where, but if you'd like to join us, we'll be in the back.
Yeah. I'll travel with the group. What kind of pet exactly?
Are you familiar with what a raptor is?
You would have to make a history check. You have lived your life on Pride Island, and there are not raptors there.
Could the raptor be like mainly purple, but then like kind of gold, like on like the neck, like Brakka? Well, I mean Brakka's like gold spots all over, but like specifically like gold parts on the raptor as well.
I don't think Brakka's realized that what he envisions it as is how it appears just yet. But in time, as you start to figure out, because you'll start like, oh, I thought about the purple aura that was there. Then you might think about a gold scale or two, and you see them start to kind of appear.
Oh, okay.
It's really what Brakka imagines it as is what it comes out to.
Okay, so it's like primarily like has like the purple aura, and then has like spots of like little spots of gold over it as well.
Yep.
18 on
So-
the history check.
You know what a raptor is, but you've never seen one before.
Okay.
Brakka's 100% playing with the raptor the whole time, just until they approach.
Yeah, so I'm still not sure where, but it appears friendly. Brakka is currently riding it, so Dougal asked that we not scare the rest of the caravan and ride towards the back, which is fine. We can keep an eye on the back of the caravan.
The longer I'm on this mainland, the weirder it gets.
So we head off to the rear.
So this is your second day of travel. You guys will reach the fork tomorrow. So, just so you're aware. But you guys are traveling on foot. As the caravan passes, Agard, you kind of motion to Brakka and Kadie, and they kind of come out of the tall grass. You guys are about 10, 20 yards behind the caravan as you're going. So you're keeping a decent distance, but you're still enough to see them and everything. You do notice that the family that you had clocked, the kid with him has like seen the raptor, and he's kind of like excitedly looking back. Not like he's scared, but like he wants to know what it is. It's something different he hasn't seen before. He's excited about it, and he can see you riding it and like petting its neck to where it doesn't look like it's intimidating. It looks like it's something very similar to a horse, is what he's thinking.
Okay.
But they travel on around midday. They, like the day before, they kind of set up a quick little camp just to have lunch real quick and that stuff. And you notice that Dougal and the hooded figure approach you guys. And Dougal walks up and just says, "Hi, folks. I was wondering, are you guys the heroes of Savorsa? Is that? Did I hear that right? The first day?
That's what some call us, yes.
You guys helped with that problem down in the sewers, right?
Yes.
I gotta say, it's an honor to share the trail with you folks. If there's anything that comes up, please don't be shy. Jump on in. We'd appreciate some help if we run into anything. And when we get to Andaria's Keep here, if you're traveling with us there, maybe we'll discuss if you want to join and help us protect some caravans."
We do have a destination in
Cool.
a short time frame, so we will do what we can to help you.
May I ask where you're headed?
It's a good question.
Yes, you may ask.
Evorgos?
There.
We are headed to Evorgos. Are you looking to go through the southern route to Andaria's Keep, or are you headed north to Guamora?
Yes.
I'm
The
pretty
fastest?
sure we have to go to the keep first. To the left of the fork.
Well, the left would put you north. You'd be headed towards Guamora.
Yep, that's where we need to go then. Yeah, the north.
Well, that makes me feel a little easier because there's some folks that are walking that are headed north there that we can only protect them to the fork. But if you guys are headed north too, you might want to get with them. They might travel with you.
If you would make the introduction, we would appreciate that.
I could probably do that tonight. And he kind of looks over at Brakka. He's like, I hope you don't take offense to this, but you might want to put the Raptor away for that. But
You can introduce the rest of the party then.
okay, where did you find it?
Not your business.
I feel like I should be offended, but I also understand privacy.
It's
Mom.
very sweet.
Dougal,
Do you
please
want
no.
to pet it?
What he meant to say is where he found is a closely guarded secret.
He kind of like looks at all of you, and you need to understand. He's looking at a Furbolg, a Leonin, a Dragonborn, a
We understand.
Raptor, okay, and a Kobold, and you're telling him it's normal. Like, this is not what he has ever seen before.
Dougal, please know that we would not introduce anything to the caravan that would put you or anyone else in danger.
Well, I definitely appreciate that. But yeah, we'll talk more at nightfall, and I'll introduce the folks headed north to you.
Okay.
He kind of nods and turns and walks off. So you guys are in the rear of the caravan and moving forward. Caravan moves on. Is there anything you guys want to do for the day? I rolled for it. It's pretty uneventful. You guys can skip to nightfall.
Agar's just doing the same
What
thing.
do you guys
He just, as he's walking, he's looking, he's foraging, he's doing that sort of thing. So that's really all Agar's
I
doing
will
at this
say,
Yep.
about 2 to 3 hours into the walk, your raptor disappears.
What? I guess Brakka just falls on the ground.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
19 on the die.
Okay, so
21.
yeah, so you're not expecting it, but Kadie, where are you? Are you behind Brakka or next to him or in front of him?
I would have been next to him on
Next to him?
the right.
So as you guys are walking along and the raptor disappears, you hear this like poof sound. And you look over after hearing it and you see Brakka landing on the ground and looking shocked and confused.
Brakka, where did your raptor go?
Brakka's gonna frantically tap the necklace.
So as you grab the necklace, as you pull the amulet out and look at it, you see the purple aura that is around the claws fading.
Okay. He'll just say, it can only be out for a limited amount of time, so just ran out.
Oh, so it was not real. It was not a true raptor.
It's probably not. I don't think so. I don't know, is it?
It's what does Brakka believe?
I mean, Brakka thinks it is. It's just the spirit of one, at least. That's what he
Interesting.
thinks. Or the magical essence of one. And he'll relate that's what he thinks it is. Just, I think it's the magical or spiritual essence of a raptor that was essentially linked to the thing that's inside of the amulet. And using it just lets me summon it for a small amount of time.
Interesting. You are okay?
Brakka will just look down and pat himself. I think so.
Okay.
And so as this was taking place, normally with things like this that would happen to Brakka, Kadie would be like right there on top of it. Is there a reason that she was kind of distracted?
Yeah, she was just messing with her necklace underneath her gi. She had kind of forgotten that it was there all this time. The other night when Brakka showed her his necklace, it just reminded her of her own, and now she's like, I wonder if mine does any kind of cool stuff. Like, he got a whole Raptor out of his. So she's just kind of mindlessly thinking about that.
Brakka and, well, the three of you that are there,
I don't know.
you can make a perception check with disadvantage.
So who is this?
It would be Brakka, Agard, and Abrone. Disadvantage.
13.
I'm sorry, what was the check?
It's just a perception check.
21 with disadvantage.
Wow, okay.
12 with disadvantage.
So Agard is the only one, as this conversation is happening, Agard, you notice that Kadie is, her focus, while it's usually on the group and on Brakka, and when things like this happen, you do notice that she's a little more distant right now, but that's about it.
Okay.
You just notice that she's not, I don't want to say overbearing, but she's not as, like, in the conversation as she usually is.
Well, I mean, she usually is.
Looking
Not to
after
be mean.
Brakka.
Yeah, she's, and to not notice something like that, yeah, I think would be very.
Well, and like she noticed, but she didn't react. Like she didn't
Okay.
like jump to grab him. She just kind of saw it and was like, "Oh," and then realized he was okay and went back to what she was doing rather than immediately trying to catch Brakka.
After we maybe walk for a little bit longer, Agard's going to walk up next to Kadie. And just, Kadie,
Yes.
are you feeling okay?
Yeah. I think just the past few days, and of course, I mean the Raptor, of all things.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal. So just thinking about the last few days.
Yes, it's been quite a few days. So if you need something, let us know.
I will, thank you.
I can tell you that I'm feeling a little off myself.
Yeah.
Um,
I noticed that at breakfast. You seemed a little more distant.
you know, my magic's not. It's not. It doesn't feel quite right. I'm not sure what's going on. So, please don't say anything to the rest of the group.
I won't say anything. I wonder why it's not feeling right.
I'm not sure, but I didn't approach you for that. I just wanted to make sure you're okay. So if you need something, let us know.
I'm okay. And you'll notice that she kind of, when she says that she's okay, that she puts her hand up and is touching. You can't see it because it's underneath the gi, but she's just kind of feeling for something. And then once she kind of finds it, she's like, yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, that's all. Agard backs off.
Could I, real quick, do an Arcana check to just once again, just, I guess, understand why it disappeared? Because I'm assuming it was just because of the time thing.
Yeah, while you guys are walking, actually, I would say the Arcana check probably would be when you were looking at the amulet and the aura was fading. Go ahead and roll the Arcana check at that time.
Only at 12.
Only a 12. You remember, like I said, you remember the time limit, and you're kind of trying to piece together how long it's been. You're pretty sure it's been just about 8 hours, but you're not positive.
Okay. I'll just take a mental note of it and just remember 8 hours.
Okay. And you guys continue on, and it does. Sun starts to set. You notice the caravan is starting to get ready to camp. Dougal walks back towards you guys, and he's like, your friend's not here anymore?
Brakka's like, he's just looking at the amulet, trying to just like Probably like partially taking it apart to like look at the inside of it,
Mhm.
and he'll just look up real quick. Oh, yeah, not right now. And I'll just look back down and keep tinkering with the necklace.
All right. We're getting ready to bed down. It'll be about half a day, and we'll reach the fork in the road tomorrow. Do you guys want to meet some of the folks that are walking north?
Certainly.
Brakka's just gonna stay behind and keep messing with the amulet.
Are you wanting to be like near the group or kind of like off?
Just where we were, just like in the back, just kind of waiting for them to come
Okay,
back.
so a little distance away from most of the
Yeah.
rest of the group, but still within eyesight, basically. Okay. So you guys start to head that way. You guys,
do the rest of us go?
Yes, I would follow.
Yeah, I'll go.
I was going to say you guys start to head that way, but you notice that Brakka is not there with you. If any of you want to stay behind, go ahead and speak now. But if not, I'm going to assume all three of you are going.
Yeah, I mean, I would notice that he's messing with his amulet, and knowing Brakka, he tinkers with his toys. So I would go with Agard and Ibron.
So you guys head over, and Dougal introduces you to the family that's been walking with him. And there's two others. One is a female. He tells you her name is Brilla Thulane. And then there's another gentleman that is not with anybody. Those two are walking themselves. So there's one family. There's Brilla Thulane. And then there is Glenn. We'll call him Glenn.
Glenn. Okay. So just two people?
There's 5 people total. There's
Five
that
people
family of
total.
3,
Sorry. Yes, okay.
Brilla and Glenn, that are headed towards Guamora.
Okay.
When you say family of 3, like, is there a small child with them, or
The child's like anywhere between like 9 to 11 years old as you look at them. You can't really tell, but they're...
Okay.
and what are they? Is that not respectful to ask?
Are you, well, no.
Well, for the
Are you
record,
meaning-
Agar does not care
Oh my
what race they are.
I was going to say, that's my question. When you say what are they, do you mean what race are
Yes,
they?
I'm sorry. What
Okay.
race are they? Just because they might not. Shit. Just because they might not be privy to a dragonborn and Furbolg and
The
Leonin.
family are elves. Brilla is a human, and Glenn is also appears to be human.
Okay.
So
Yeah, with the name of Glenn.
I would hope so.
he's a lizard folk. No, he's a appears to be human. Brilla appears to be human, and then the other ones seem like they're elves.
Okay.
I am Agard. This is Kadie and Ibrom.
Hi.
We'll be traveling north with you after the caravan goes about their way tomorrow.
They all look a little intimidated, but they all kind of nod, and one of them kind of looks around, and the kid kind of speaks up, and he's like, "Thank you."
Well, we'll be sure to keep you safe. Agard. Agard. You could do the flower thing. Kids love the flower thing. Oh, wait, never mind. No, you can't do the flower thing. Like, Kadie, has that realization when talking. It's like, we're going to help protect you on the route to
Guamora.
Guamora. So yeah, we'll meet you at the fork tomorrow. We'll meet you at the fork tomorrow.
And they all kind of nod, and they thank you for agreeing to help, and they all kind of go about their business. They walk back and start getting their stuff ready to take a rest for the night.
As we are walking back, though, Kadie would look at Agard and be like, "I'm so sorry. I don't know. I don't know why I thought that would be okay. I just." Saw a kid, so I apologize.
And as we're walking, I cast Druidcraft, and a flower comes in my hand.
Can I have it?
Of course, you can have this. That did nothing. That felt fine.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
And Kadie puts that back in her little scale on the side of her head.
I'm going to make a perception check because I noticed that he hesitated.
Go ahead.
Oh, when we were talking to them. Okay.
17.
You guys can decide
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, we
Yeah.
weren't. I mean, it
what's
was,
your thing. So
yeah, yeah. You could have easily seen it.
You hesitated, and I've not seen that. What's going on?
My magic is each morning I produce berries that I've shared with the group, and the last 2 mornings I've tried to do that, and I've stopped myself. It doesn't feel right.
You know, what about it doesn't feel
It's
right?
just something within me that doesn't feel like it did before. So I'm not
I mean,
exactly sure.
It would be equivalent to if you were trying to shoot a bow and arrow and it, for some reason, you just
Something didn't
couldn't. It didn't click. You know? It's just...
That makes sense. Like if something felt off with the draw.
Right. Just something similar. I'm so sorry.
Well, I can.
Is there something that we could do to help?
No, it is.
Do you want me to show you how to meditate?
Can I roll a history check to see if maybe I can?
Yeah. you can roll a history to try to figure out if you've ever
15.
heard of this. It's not a common thing
Mm-hmm.
amongst furbolgs, but you have heard of some that it took them years to be able to understand their powers and master the craft. Specifically, the last one you can remember was probably like 2 or 3 arch druids ago.
Mm-hmm.
From when your are they tribes? Like what
They're
are they
not
called?
defined. It's,
Yeah,
Yeah.
when your group of furbolgs, when they left the Golden Fang Forest and migrated to the Manacroft Forest, that was one of the leaders was one of the druids that they talk about took a little while to understand his powers, but when he did understand it, he was a great druid. Things seemed to happen around him that, while it was not necessarily explainable to others, he seemed to understand what was happening.
so I explained that to them that my magic just might be a little off from, what I would expect it to be. Knowing this and thinking about it, Agard wants to kind of get away from everyone. Not these guys, but the caravan. And he wants to try to do, cast Goodberry.
Okay.
Even if it's not going to feel right, he wants to kind of...
Push through it.
So it's nightfall. Where you are at, there are woods to the left of you. You have just gotten to where the woods are close enough. So you could wander into the trees if you wanted. They're about 15, 20 yards off the road. Be a little bit of a walk, but you could get there and go into the trees to try to cast it, to try to have a little more cover.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to cast a spell and see if I can push through this feeling I've been having. You're more than welcome to join me if you'd like, but hopefully I shouldn't be gone too long.
What time of day is it again?
Just after dusk.
Okay, so I would be able to see. Never mind.
Yeah, so you can wander in the woods.
Yeah.
And
So, I mean, I don't know if anyone's going to go, but
I can't see, so
I'm gonna follow him because
I have the spear that's putting out...
Yep.
that's right.
it's putting out 15 feet of light.
So if he has a spear while he's going that way, if I follow, can I look around and see if I can find any like certain plants that I'd be familiar with to make a tea, like a calming tea?
It's tough to see. Roll an investigation check. Since you're looking
Disadvantage or
No, you have the light around you.
I think it's kind of like it... To me, it would be almost like a lantern light where it's not like true daylight or anything, so colors won't look maybe right. Like, what I mean? Like,
it's a little fun. No,
I got 8.
I was going to say you can make a nature check too, but I'm assuming that's not. It's what, a 9?
Still an 8.
Brakka's still back at the caravan. Just
I
chilling.
think I would have gone up to Brakka and let him know where we're going,
Oh.
or where I'm going, just so he knows.
Should we backtrack
Sorry.
that then?
Oh, sorry. Cut that out. I didn't go to Brakka. How's that?
So we'll do this. So it was dusk. Dougal brought you 3 from the back of the caravan to the folks that are going to be headed north to Guamora. He introduced you to them. It was a rather quick introduction, as a lot of them were busying themselves and getting ready to bed down for the night. Then we'll say you guys are walking back towards Brakka now, before headed to try to cast Druidcraft. Or I mean, Goodberry. So you guys get to Brakka. He's still sitting there, crisscross applesauce, messing with the amulet.
Brakka, I've been having some, it's hard to say, difficulty with my magic. I'm going to go into the woods to see if I can figure something out.
Do you need help figuring anything out? I know I've read a thing or two about magic.
I mean, if you would like to, being someone as familiar with it as you are, it may be helpful, but you can certainly keep doing it. I just wanted you to know where we were going since it is nightfall.
I haven't made much progress on this amulet anyway, so I'll follow.
Okay.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
I'll go.
So you guys speak to Brakka. You're headed off into the woods.
Yep.
And all of you are going, or?
Oh, I'm good. Yeah, I figure all this.
While Agard is, I guess, getting ready to cast something or do anything, he's gonna be like paying 100% attention to see if he can notice anything off or odd about either his casting technique or just anything else.
Okay.
Oh, like, you give me casting pointers?
Yeah. I
think that would be an Arcana check.
Yeah,
when
like
he casts.
either like an Arcana check or like a Nature check to see if it's something else.
Mm-hmm.
And I rolled an 8 for my nature check on trying to find some type of special plant for calming tea. So I apologize. I'll try again in the morning.
I will say, you do find plants.
In the forest.
You're able to
Good.
find
plants.
stuff. My question is, how confident is Kadie in her abilities to find teas?
With a -1, not that confident.
Okay, because I'm going to say even with an 8, you can find stuff. You can forage and find stuff. It is how confident is Kadie? Would she still be like, yep, this is the stuff that I remember to make tea? Or...
This is the stuff that makes me itchy.
Like, because you're looking specifically for plants.
Okay, so this is how I think about it is, she is from the monastery, but is only really familiar with the plants that makes tea that's around the monastery. So she wouldn't be confident in these plants if they don't look familiar.
Roll a history check. Because it's dark, the lighting is a little different, so you're trying to remember what they look like.
It's a 7.
So you do find plants that you believe are similar to what you would use around the monastery.
So Katie's just going to, at this point, think it's just because of the light. Because I'm going based off of the spear light, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she's going to think that's just based off the light. Like, I'm going to try again in the morning.
So she's not picking the stuff?
No.
Okay. So you guys wander into the woods a little ways.
Yeah. I think we can maybe just barely see, like, the light of the caravan and stuff
See
like
some
that.
of the campfires.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get too far. And then, hopefully there's, like, a little clearing area that the Agar can... and he's going to... I don't know. You might want to just sit back just a little bit, because things haven't felt quite right, so I just want to make sure.
I mean, I'll be like 10 feet away from you.
Yeah.
I'll have my hand in front of Brakka, but like in one of my legs, kind of shielding his chest area.
That's awkward.
Like in front, well, because of how tiny he is. It's like he's going behind my leg.
I'm also just gonna have my my notebook out as well to
Yes.
jot down anything I notice, if anything.
Okay. All right, so you see Agar reach into one of his pouches, and he pulls out a small sprig of mistletoe, and he cups it in his hand, and he whispers into his hand, and he casts Goodberry.
What happens?
Roll a d20.
Oh shit! Oh, don't fumble it.
Add your casting
that's
modifier.
That's not how it's supposed to...
No. Just
okay.
right.
Okay.
We're gonna see if something happens.
Okay.
So roll a d20 and add your casting modifier.
Well,
Is it more than 10?
no.
So
Ooh.
then let's go to that table.
Okay.
Shit. All right.
Okay. That's a D6. Okay. That's a 6. Okay.
What is that?
I need to roll a D20.
Okay.
For what?
We're going to find out.
For everyone else here at the table, this is the wild magic table that Alex actually came up with and created. I've looked over it as we've gone and we've made some suggestions, but because he is we're creating a new subclass, basically druid of the wild magic circle or something like that along those lines. Circle of
wild nature, yeah.
Yeah, circle of wild nature. This is kind of what he has to go through when he casts a spell similar to the wild magic sorcerer or the wild magic barbarian.
It's up to the DM to when I have to roll for it, but when I have to roll for it, I have to,
Yep, we go through a series of things, but
it's a 15.
Is it gonna be like fireball?
Oh no.
Okay, you are able to cast enlarge reduce spell without expending a spell slot on up to 5 creatures of your choice within 30 feet. This requires concentration up for 1 minute.
I'm going to
How do I
say
do that?
that you don't realize what you're doing yet because
Okay.
you're still learning.
Yeah.
So all 4 of you go from being medium sized
Okay.
to
You want to roll? See if we go
roll
big or
a
small?
d20.
Okay.
1 through 10, you're small. And we'll roll it 4 times. We'll start with you,
Okay.
and then we'll go around the table.
14.
So you grow
Oh my
to a
God.
large creature. We'll go to Ebrone now.
Make Brakka
Hey,
smaller.
too.
Oh my gosh.
Ebrone,
Damn it.
Is he
Ebrone,
pocket size now?
Ebrone shrinks down
Let's
to
take
the
him back to
size
the
of
blacksmith.
Brakka.
No, I'm sorry. I gotta stop with that.
Oh my gosh. So Ebrone now sinks down to the size of Brakka.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
We'll do Brakka next.
A 2-foot
Please,
Ebrone.
5.
Oh my god, we're gonna lose Brakka. Oh my god.
I'm gonna disappear into the ether.
As this happens,
You're a molecule.
as this happens, Agard explodes to where he is basically the size of the trees. Okay, so he just shoots up and he
God.
gets height and width. All of a sudden, you see Ebrone drop down, and for just a moment, Ebrone and Brakka are the same size, eye to eye, and then all of a sudden, Brakka just swoop. And as you look real close, you can see he's about a foot tall now. And then roll for the last
Kadie.
one. Now, mind you, this is all like a split second happening.
11.
And then Kadie grows. So now Kadie and
We're
Kadie
like up in
and
the trees.
Agard are up tall.
I'd imagine that there would be a point where Ebron and I would look at each other really confused before I shrink down to a foot tall.
Oh my god.
So to recap with the rolls. So Agard with his rolls, Agard shoots up. He's about the size of a tree. Then Ebrone drops down. He's the same level as Brakka for a split second. And then Brakka, Kadie, you're looking over and you see Agard shoot up. You see Ebrone drop. You look over at Brakka and he shrinks to a foot and you're like, oh! And right before you get a chance to react, you all of a sudden, Brakka gets further away from you as you shoot up to the size of a tree as well. Now, Agard is still about 4 feet taller than you now because you double in size. But you guys are now big amongst the trees while the other two are really small as you're looking down.
Actually, I'll say this real quick. Brakka probably won't. He'll notice, but he won't like panic noticing that he's a foot taller. He just thinks everybody's big and Ebron's got shorter.
Yeah, you shrink to a foot smaller and you're
down.
like, and you're just writing in your notebook. You're like, what? And you're taking notes. Okay. So you guys are all standing there. That just took place.
This is not good. Barry, Kadie, are you okay?
Don't move.
Agard,
We don't want to squish them.
Agard,
Doesn't step anywhere, but he squats down underneath the trees to see if he can see the other two.
Yeah, because you guys are at the level where you're like where the branches on trees like start to stick out. That's about where your heads are.
Yeah.
So you're kind of in the canopy, but people like in the caravan can't see you over the trees.
Right.
So it's not that bad. But yes, you do have to kind of duck down to look underneath the trees.
So am I like shorter than the grass since I'm a foot tall?
So you guys went into the woods.
Yeah.
So if you went back out into the tall grass, you would be gone. But where you are here, there's not a lot of like grass. It's more foliage and leaves that have fallen that are on the ground. So you're still visible from that. If you guys want to make perception checks as you stick your head down, you can see what you see. We're going to end this week here, as Agard unintentionally casts Enlarge Reduce on the party. The party is one day closer to arriving in Evorgos. Thank you, friends and fellow adventurers, for listening and supporting our group. If you have not already, please like, subscribe, or follow our cast, crew, and the show on social media. Please see the episode description for the links. Tune in next week to find out how Agard's wild magic affects the party.